I've built my own fin, and here's why it's so freaking good. So in front of me we have the first ever NP7 product. It's now orderable, it's now online, and I'm super proud of it. And in this video I want to explain you why we even came up with a fin, for who it is, and what makes it so special. So let's start from the beginning. What is NP7? Obviously NP stands for my name, Nico Prien. 7, my sale number, Germany 7, but that really is a name, right? So the answer actually is basically what we've been doing for years already, and also before this fin on this channel, which is a creative process which can end up being a 2-minute cinematic video, or even something crazy like surfing on a plank of wood. So it's an unwritten story in a way. But it's also about inspiring people to go out on the water and play with the wind, which is basically maybe the most important mission that we have when we do these videos and when I'm on the beach. And for me personally, it's also about performance and to perform the best I personally can, which is a great link to the first ever NP7 product. So I've been testing fins for a really long time. You guys can watch back the video where I tested 13 different fin brands in a 50-minute long video going into detail about everything these fins have to offer. And of course I've also been working with brands to test fins, try different outlines, layups, all these kind of things. And I've been gathering a lot of feedback from people who attend my clinics and experiences to understand what a good fin should be, and then kind of mix that with what I think a fin should be like. And basically the outcome is a fin which combines the performance aspect, which I need when I race in the PWA race course, but also allows you to upgrade whichever free ride, free race or race board you're using and kind of take it to the next level. So this basically is a high-end fin with the best possible materials, the best possible craftsmanship. More about that in just a minute. That should deliver you the best possible combination of speed and control. And I've always been saying that a fin is basically the most cost-effective way to make a big step in your gear setup. It's cheaper than upgrading your board, and it's gonna last you a really long time because you can use a fin for 5, 6, 7, 8 years and it kind of keeps its value. So to sum it up, if you like blasting, if you like going on the race course, if you want to break your personal speed record on your freeride board, on your free race board, or on your slalom board, this fin is for you. So now what makes this fin special? Why is it such a good upgrade compared to any other fin? There are 3 to 4 important factors when looking at a fin. One is the outline. The second one is the profile, Then you have the layup, basically the recipe of the materials inside the fin. And then the fourth one is the craftsmanship. And you can play with these factors and you usually get a trade-off in characteristics. So you can get a fin that is very controllable in strong wind, but it probably won't have enough power to get you going in light wind. You can have a fin that performs really well in light wind, but it's going to be hard to control in strong wind. You can get a fin that is very fast in top speed, but you're not going to get much acceleration out of it. And when you make a fin, you kind of want to combine all of those and get the least trade-offs. So the key to speed is little resistance. And that means you want to rail the board so it rises above the water just enough for you to still be able to control it. And we made a fin that lets you rail the board super easily. So how did we achieve that? We have more area closer to the board, and as we get further away from the board, the area gets less. And this gives us still enough area on the fin to create power in the light wind, which we want in the light wind. And having the tip narrow gives us control. Now, why does it give us control? The more area you have further away from the board, the more leverage you create further away from the board, the harder it will be to control your board. So big tips create a lot of leverage. It can help in light wind, but it's going to be hard to control when you're powered up. So this combination of having a wider fin closer to the base and a smaller tip further away from the board gives you a good combination of having power in light wind and control in strong wind. So for the profile, we needed a thin profile, because a thick profile, which you basically find in a G10 freeride fin, for example, is going to be hard to get up to speed. So we have a very thin profile. A thin profile comes with a couple of problems. On one hand, it's not going to create enough power to get you planing in light wind, to make you accelerate. And on the other hand, you don't have a lot of material inside the fin, so it's going to be hard to make it stiff and durable enough. And that's where the actual magic comes in: layup and manufacturing quality. You know how they say the inner values count more than the outside? That actually also applies to fins. The kind of carbon you have inside the fin, the angle of the carbon, and the amount of layers heavily determine the characteristics of a fin. So when you apply pressure against the fin, it wants to push itself back into its original position. And the layup of the fin determines in what way it wants to push itself back. So this is probably the most important aspect to the fin, and it's a very complex process to find the right layup. Therefore, I'm super happy that I had a good partner in making this fin, which is Phil Carbon from France. He has a ton of experience in manufacturing carbon parts. Like his last name says already, he's been making carbon parts, fins and boards since decades. Most recently, he made the chopper fins, which I had also been using before the NP7 fins. And he knows how to make a good fin that lasts long. And he's been pouring all his experience in there. I've been pouring all my experience in there. And that's how we found a super, super nice layup. Even though the fin has a thin profile, delivers tons of power in light wind and lets you rail the board super easily. But at the same time, when you reach that top speed and when you get powered up, the tip of the fin kind of opens like the loose leech of your sail would, and it releases the power. So you always have kind of a steady pressure on the back foot. In light wind, you have a lot of power on the back foot, so you can lift the board out of the water. And as you accelerate, the pressure on the back foot doesn't increase as it would on most other fins, and this is kind of the perfect blend that we got with this layup. And then there's two more things about the manufacturing quality. One is the kind of carbon we're using. We're using pre-preg carbon, which is a carbon fiber that has the epoxy already impregnated before you get it. You have to store it in an industrial fridge at a very specific temperature, but it allows you to make the fin very accurately. A lot of other fin brands have a hard time reproducing the fin the same way, so you kind of get the same fin, but it differs a little bit. And this carbon allows us to make the fin very accurate and at a very high quality. And then we also made a full carbon head, which is the part of the fin that sits inside the box, and it makes transferring the forces from the water from the fin into the board much more accurate. We've been thinking a lot whether we should make it the way most other brands make it, which is basically using a lot of epoxy with a mix of small carbon particles or even PU. But then for the World Cup, I kind of want the best we can get, and then I would kind of use a different fin in the World Cup that we sell to you guys, and that's what we didn't want. So we ended up going with a full carbon head. So once again, guys, I'm super proud of this fin, and I really think it's the best free ride, free race or race fin you can get right now. It's the best upgrade you can make, and with this video being online, we're actually starting to take order for this fin. I'm really excited for that. We will sell it exclusively via Surf Center right now, so check out surfcenter.com. We will link the fin down below. And if you're not in the market for a fin right now, be sure to share it with your friends anyways. Follow us on Instagram, our new Instagram page for NP7. Leave a comment down below, all of that helps. And if you want to get yourself one, I'm super excited for you guys to get it, to share your messages with me, to hopefully share it on your story and make you have a big smile on the face and feel like a rock star. So we will start with a limited amount of fins because this is not a commercial mega project. This is me putting my passion into the real world. So the first 100 fins will come in a special Founders Edition, a very nice box delivered before the end of May, so before the Defi wind, where you might want to get this fin for an upgrade. We're starting with sizes from 28 to 40 centimeters. Bigger fins will come later in the year. We're just working on them because you need a different mold for the longer fins, so 28 to 40 centimeters is what we're starting with. It goes for 399 euros, which is a lot of money, but I definitely think it's worth it because of the unique feeling it gives you on the water, because of the high quality pre-preg carbon we use, because of the amazing craftsmanship, and it's completely made in Europe. So therefore it will accompany you for a long time. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this long video. Thank you so much for following us along all these years. I can't wait to raise this fin in the World Cup and take you guys along. You can definitely look forward to many more videos coming soon. And I can't wait for you guys to have it under your board and try it on the water. And with that, I see you guys in the next video.